Are you looking to get a really awesome fit on a leather jacket, but you can't try it on, or you're buying used and you can't return it? Well, let me introduce you to the one tool you need to figure it out. The lovely soft tape measure. We're going to take the procedure, we're going to do it really quickly here, and then we're going to talk about some differences between different sizes and kind of a unified theory of chest size versus jacket size. So, take the soft tape, wear a t-shirt. You want relaxed muscles, arms down by the side as much as possible. Of course, I'm holding the tape measure, so one is up a little bit. You want neutral breath, and then we're going to look and see what we get. Dun dun dun, 40.5. So that is my chest measurement. It's that easy. You really do not want to expand your breath and tense your muscles, because then you will get a false balloon size, which will not serve you well. So what is a 40.5 inch chest? How do we translate that into getting the right size jacket? Okay, well, we need to know the measurements of the jacket. And in particular, we need to know the measurements of the chest size. So in the next step, I'm going to show you two jackets, one with a 43 inch chest and one with a 44 inch chest, and the power of that 1 inch difference. And then you can kind of extrapolate from there about what kind of sizes to get. All right, let's get to it. So first off, we have the beautiful Rainbow Country Hercules. This is a comfortable, slim-fitting jacket. It is, for me, what I consider to be a t-shirt fit or a shirt-only fit. So it has a 43 inch chest. As you can see, I'm showing you here on the magic of editing. So that 43 inch chest compared to my 40.5 inch chest gives us a 2.5 inch chest ease. Now this is about the limit of what I would personally recommend someone get for a trim fitting jacket. 2 inches chest ease might be too little. It might work, it might not. But the risks increase the smaller you get. So anyways, this is a comfortable jacket. It's one of my faves. If you're a fan of the channel, you've probably seen me wear this jacket before. And I like this jacket so much, I did some research and learned how to sell them. So count me a big fan. But this is as slim as I would go. And if I wanted to wear this jacket with anything heavier, I would most certainly be wearing a size up. So let's see what a jacket with a 1 inch bigger ease looks like on me. Here is the Vanson C2. It has about a 44 inch chest, as you can see. Now, it does also have some features that make for easier mobility, namely the action back. But even now, completely neutral pose, not engaging the action back, it is noticeably roomier. And of course, moving in the jacket is easier than moving in the Rainbow Country Hercules. It's just the way it works. What happens then? We take this 1 inch difference, and I'm going to kind of demonstrate why I consider the Rainbow Country Hercules a t-shirt only or shirt only fit for me, and this C2 as a more trim, versatile fit, and why this 4 inch ease versus the 2.5 inch ease is kind of a big deal. To do that, of course, I'm putting on a gray sweatshirt. I have effectively increased my chest size by putting on a thicker layer. So this jacket is going to have less space in it compared to me, less ease. And immediately I feel the jacket all around me. I'm pressing in. I feel like a sausage even if it doesn't translate to the look. Y'all can tell me in the comments if I look like a sausage. I can't bend my arms the way I want to. Using the phone for longer than about 15 seconds would be kind of aggravating. That's why it's one of the easy tests for me about, is this jacket too tight? But reaching forward, likewise, requires more effort. And I don't think I would comfortably wear this out, so I would probably just not wear this. So this jacket just isn't a layering jacket with 2.5 inches of chest ease. Let us compare to the slightly bigger C2. The C2 has a bigger chest, and it is immediately more comfortable. Surprise, surprise. Standing here, I don't feel like a sausage. I feel like I'm wearing a jacket, which is about right, don't you think? Motion here is a lot easier. It is aided by the action back. There's no doubt about that. But it nowhere on the body is binding, not just the space front to back. And that's the magic of that 1 inch difference between the two jackets. Just easy. So if you're looking for sizing recommendations, the best thing that you can do is take your chest measurement like we did at the beginning, and then get really good measurements of the jacket you're interested in buying. I've had folks that have asked me recently and over time, well, for example, tag sizes only seem to be in even numbers, but I have an odd number chest. Go off the measurements and look at the ease. If you're around 4 inches, that will fit more like this does, and it will allow you to wear both a t-shirt and some kind of layer comfortably. If you start shaving inches off, you're getting into t-shirt only territory. If you get down to an ease, that is to say, the difference between your chest size and the chest size of the jacket measured, if your ease is getting down to 2.5 inches, that's t-shirt only, and depending on the way the jacket's built, you're getting into the risk of not being able to wear it because it'll be too tight or too small. And likewise, as you go bigger, above 4 inches, say to 5 inches or 6 inches, you're adding space for layers. So if contextually you're always wearing a hoodie or a heavy flannel or whatever, you might want to size to a jacket that has more chest ease in it. We're ignoring tag size in this entire discussion, as you can see, and you just look for the ease that makes sense for what you're doing. So especially once you get to like 6 inches or 7 inches, it will probably look best if you're wearing a layer. If the jacket's really super broken in, it can still look good with just a t-shirt or a lighter layer, but it would just in general be a bigger, more oversized fit. And that's the magic of chest ease and measuring yourself and measuring jackets versus going off of tag sizes. So there are some other measurements that are of course important in addition to chest. Let's take a quick look at a couple of those. Okay, so chest is quite important, but what if you need to measure some other part of your body to make sure it fits into that part of the jacket? What if you know you have particularly jacked arms and you want to be sure your biceps fit in? It's the same idea. You just measure the circumference of that part. You try to keep the muscle from being super as hard flexed as it can be, but just relax. And I get, about 13.5 inches on my arms, which means that maybe about 6.75 across on the bicep would be a good measurement for me to have a comfortable fit, but then to know that there's a bit of a give there. There's some range that'll work. That goes for any part of the body. So you can do that around your belly to get a waist to compare against the hem of the jacket. You can also handle some lengths. Now, obviously these circumference measurements have nothing to do with length, but what if you're trying to figure out the length of a jacket that works pretty good for you? Now, this is something that is very dependent on the way you dress, very dependent on the style of the jacket you're looking at, very dependent on, for example, when I say how you dress, I mean the height of your trousers, the rise of your pants really matters. But you can take from the nape of your neck around about the spot where your t-shirt hits to the base of your belt, okay, the bottom of it. That gives me about 22.5. Now, you need a little more space than the exact measure of your completely stationary body to fit the length. So, and I also know from experience what lengths work for me. So I did arrive at this backwards, but I found a good rule of thumb is a short fitting jacket is an inch or two longer than whatever that measurement is you get when you measure from just above your t-shirt to the base of your belt. So translated, that for me is like my Schott Perfecto. It has like a 23.75 inch back end length, which is just over an inch longer than this. And that's a short jacket. This C2 has a 24 inch length. That's a short jacket. I think that is a little more comfortably easy to wear and style without having funny business with it riding over my belt. So with this, there is a little bit to learn, but you could take that measurement and then add 1.5 inches or add 2 inches. If you're always wearing your shirt untucked, you might measure to the base of your shirt to get an idea of how long the jacket needs to be able to cover your untucked shirt or come close to covering it and not look, you know, like you're wearing a t-shirt that's blousing around out underneath. So no hard and fast rules here for me. It's more about learning the measurements of your body, comparing it to measurements of a jacket you're interested in, and then using some kind of common sense application of how you're going to wear the jacket, what your weather is like and what you need to wear with the jacket from a comfort standpoint for the temperatures to come to sizes that make sense for you. So if you're watching this video because you're trying to figure out sizing for a particular jacket, you can always reach out to me and I'll do my best to help. This is something I like to do. And of course, if you're interested in jackets from my site, I do try to have pretty good measurements up there, but I'm always here to help answer and help you feel comfortable with whatever you're looking to get. Have a good one.